Hi there, welcome back to Migos and More. Today we're going to attempt to restore these two vintage 1970s Tomy games. I've already tested them with a new battery and sure enough they do not work. I knew that when I bought them, but I believe that from past experience with toys of this era and this type, I think I can get this working, both of them. If you remember these are the kind where the background scrolls with the motor and then you try to follow the path with your car or your spaceship. They're kind of cool if you're a kid from the 70s. So I'm hoping I can restore them to working order. They're in pretty good shape otherwise. The stickers all seem to be intact and they don't look like they were played with much. There's very little scratches on the clear bubbles. Here's the backs of them. They're obviously identical from the same manufacturer, same time period, the same type of case. They take C batteries. Weird. I was expected 9 volts, but that's okay. Battery covers are intact and unbroken, another plus. And they are held together with Phillips head screws, as you can see. So that should make them easy to take apart, and hopefully it's a very simple fix. So I will start taking them apart and we'll be back. Okay, we're back. I've removed the 2 screws that held the sections together, and I'm happy to see the way that it is constructed, that the roll, background, and the active part, the car or spaceship, is separate. Obviously run by gears, and that will help a lot in fixing this because I don't have to deal with 5 million pieces in the way that don't need to be in the way. So here is what we have now. If I need to, 4 screws hold this motor board to the base. This is the part with the battery. So I'm thinking I'm going to put a battery back in it and attempt to force the motor by hand, because I think what it is, it's probably just stuck brushes in the motor from non-use. So we'll do that and we'll be back. Okay, unfortunately I'm doing this by myself, so I'm going to attempt to do this one-handed. I have the battery in. Here's the on and off switch. Although I'm not sure which is on and which is off. I think up is on. Let me check the other one. Yes, up is on. So nothing yet. Doesn't seem to be responding to that yet. I may end up having to take this apart. It could be a broken wire. There's really usually not much to these. It could be bad contacts with switches. Okay, looks like we're going to be taking this apart since it's not responding to any manual attempts to get the motor going. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, I think I see why this was doing nothing, turning this, because there's some kind of friction gear or something in here that's keeping this from turning the motor. So I think if I pop this little gear out, I turned it on already. I think if I attempt to do the motor now, probably get it going. Oops. Or maybe not. Of course, I don't even know if I'm getting power down here. I may have to check that. All the wires look good. I did not try cleaning contacts or anything along that line, but they all looked pretty good. Actually, this gear seems to be rotating on the shaft. That's not good. I may have to glue that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's still just a stuck motor. It's just a matter of getting it to start moving. Get this other stuff out of the way. I may try putting some oil in the motor, turning it with some pliers on the shaft and seeing if that helped. It might be stuck, so I'll be back. Okay, we're back and we figured it out. It seemed to me when I was testing with the meter that this wasn't getting enough voltage on this side of the motor. Although even when I finally got this 1.6 volt battery, even when I finally got voltage 1.6 volts on these two wires, it still wouldn't move even with coaxing it. But I guess I just wasn't doing it enough, because now, as you can see, voila, there she goes. Now I have to put it back together and see if it works. Okay, we've reattached the battery cover, or motor board, or whatever you want to call it. And first test, let's see what happens. Oh, that's good, nothing. Alrighty, what the hell went wrong? It's not that. Perhaps it's a little too much for the motor to overcome without help at first. Okay, looks like we're going to be taking this back apart and trying to get it to move under load before we put it back together again. Good thing I checked it. Okay, we're back. As you can see, it's all back together. There was an issue with that blue wire. I think there's either something with the wire terminals itself, or the in the motor where that terminal goes in has like a bad contact or something. I didn't want to get that far into it. I managed to get it to function and stay into place, and as I was wiggling the wire, I could see it start to kind of lose its voltage. So I kind of, hopefully, at least for this point, have fixed it where it will function. If not, I know what's wrong with it, and I'll just have to dig deeper into taking the motor apart and probably cleaning that up. But hopefully I won't have to do that. I don't know if it's the exact same problem with the space one, but that will be our next attempt after we test the Drive Yourself Crazy. And here it goes. Let's see what happens. It may take a few seconds for the gears to catch up and tighten up the roller, and hopefully it will move. Right now it's in neutral. Turn it on. There's the motor. And let's go. Come on. Let's go. Go that way. Perfect. Start. I'm sure it just needs a little bit of going back and forth a couple times before it works like it should. Seems to stick a little bit. Unexpected that. Back it up a little. Come on. Come on. You may need to go in there and manually empty one for the tape. Stick right there for some reason. Looking a little better than holding the gear down. Seems to be engaging it better. Okay. And there's the end. And back up. That was better in reverse, unfortunately. You can see there are a couple spots where it sticks, but I think if you play with it a couple times, it'll probably work that bug out. The gears up. I don't think it is. It's got kind of a slip here on it. Yeah, I guess it's possible there was some chewed teeth on it that I didn't notice, and that's why it sticks at that point, but I guess take it apart and take another look at it. And either way, it does, for the most part, work. The Runaway rocket, the second one in this group. As you see, we fixed Drive Yourself Crazy. It functions okay. I think part of it has to do with the paper roll probably got a memory from being stuck in one spot so long, and it makes it a little hard to push it past those areas, but it does seem to, it works. I mean, it didn't work when I got it, so obviously you can see these things are filthy. I have not cleaned them up yet. I will do a final cleaning and a final show once I get them all fixed. I've taken the 2 screws out of this, so I just wanted to show you how this comes apart. I didn't show you on the other one, but as you can see, this is the top. It's just a lid there, and here's the paper roll. This one was stuck at the start gate, so I'm hoping that when I get this one actually moving, that it won't have the same problem as the car one. But I'm gonna have to put a battery in this, and hopefully it's not as bad as the other one and just needs a little bit of jump start to the motor. So let's pop the battery in and get this roll off of here and see what happens. Okay, we're back for one final test before we clean them up. This one was basically the same issue as the car one. The motor was stuck from just sitting around for probably decades. And the wires had a little bit of resistance at their terminal connections. Wiggling them around and getting whatever kind of corrosion resistance may have been built up over the years out of there, and then manually spinning the motor until it finally fired up. This one seemed to be a little noisier than the car one, but it's working, and now I have not tested it yet, so hopefully this won't make me look like a fool. It was working up to the point where I put the roller paper in and the cover on, so let's see what happens. Good sign. So far, so good. Get it stuck and finish. And backwards. Back to the beginning. This one works a little better than the car one. It doesn't have that hesitation or catching in it. There we go. Be right back after we clean these up and make them look nice. Okay, here we go. We're all done. They're all clean. They look pretty good. Both work. Drive Yourself Crazy, Runaway Rocket, 1976, Tomy. We'll work on this one and get it better.